You know that feeling, right? You've got a new monitor, you're all excited, and then you look at the back of your PC, and it's just this chaos of different shapes. We've all been there. In this explainer, we're going to untangle that mess of cables and decode the language of computer ports so you'll know your USB-C from your HDMI in no time.
So here's the game plan. We're going to start with the basics, what these ports even are. Then we'll get into how you connect to the internet, plug in on your gear, and get your screen to light up. We'll even take a quick look at the wireless future and wrap things up with a little quiz to make sure it all sticks.
So let's start with the big picture. What are all these ports really? Well, the easiest way to think about them is like the doors and windows of your computer. They're how your tech talks to literally everything else in the outside world. Your mouse, the internet, you name it.
I mean, seriously, have you ever just stared at the back of your computer or your TV and just wondered, what on earth do all these things do? It's like a puzzle you didn't ask for.
Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're going to solve today. All right, first things first, let's talk about getting online. This is all about how your computer reaches out to the internet and, talks to other gadgets nearby. Okay, so you've got a few key players here. That RJ45, that's your good old Ethernet port for a rock-solid wired internet connection. Wi-Fi, which you might see with its fancy technical name 802.11x, is, well, it's Wi-Fi, no wires needed. Then you've got Bluetooth, which is perfect for connecting stuff that's close by, like your headphones or a wireless mouse, usually within about 30 feet. NFC is for super close-range stuff, like when you tap your phone to pay for coffee. And that last one, SFP, that's more of a pro-level thing, used for super high-speed fiber optic networks. Yeah, don't sleep on the old RJ45. In a world of Wi-Fi, this thing is still the absolute workhorse. If you're a serious gamer or you're streaming in 4K, you know that a wired connection is king for stability and speed. No lag, no excuses. Okay, so we're online. Awesome. But what about all the other stuff we need to plug in? The keyboard you're typing on, the mouse you're clicking with, your printer, your external hard drives. And when it comes to plugging in peripherals, there is one undisputed king, USB. The name literally says it all, Universal Serial Bus. The whole idea was to create one single standard connector that could handle pretty much every accessory you could throw at it. Oh man, the USB-A dance. You know what I'm talking about. You try to plug it in, nope. You flip it over, nope. You flip it back to the first way, and then it goes in. It defies logic. USB-C is the hero we've been waiting for. It's not just that it's reversible, which, let's be honest, is amazing. It's that this one little port is a total powerhouse. It can handle crazy fast data, high-quality video, and even power your laptop, all through one cable. Now, USB is almost everywhere, but there are a couple of other important ones to know. For years, if you had an iPhone, you had the Lightning port. Apple's kind of phasing that out now in favor of USB-C, but there are still millions of them out there. Then there's SATA. This one's a specialist. You're not going to see it on the outside of your laptop. Its one and only job is to connect storage drives like hard drives and SSDs right to the computer's motherboard. Okay, let's move on to a really big one. Powering your display. How do we actually get the picture from your computer onto your monitor? This is an area where things have changed a lot. This chart really tells the whole story of display tech. Way back when, we had VGA. It was analog, video only, kind of fuzzy by today's standards. Then came DVI, which was a huge leap forward because it was digital. But the real game changers were HDMI and DisplayPort. These were brilliant because they packed crystal clear digital video and audio into a single, easy-to-use cable. For most people, HDMI is what you'll find on your TV and modern monitors. But if you're a PC gamer who needs super high refresh rates, DisplayPort is probably your best friend. And really, that's the key thing to remember. For probably 90% of us, in our homes and offices, HDMI is the standard. It just works. High-def video, audio, one cable. Simple. But what if you could have it all? What if one port could do everything? Well, say hello to Thunderbolt. I like to call this the one port to rule them all. It uses that awesome reversible USB-C connector, but it puts it on absolute steroids. We're talking enough speed and power to run multiple 4K displays, transfer massive files in seconds, and charge your laptop all at the same time, with just one single cable. It is the peak of wired connectivity. So if Thunderbolt is the ultimate cable, what's the next logical step? Getting rid of the cable entirely, right? Let's talk for a minute about the future, which is definitely wireless. Now, there's a really important difference between the two main ways we do this. First, you have screen mirroring. Think of this like a wireless HDMI cable.
Whatever's on your laptop screen shows up exactly on the TV. It's perfect for things like presentations. But then there's casting. Casting is smarter. You can tell your phone to cast a YouTube video to your TV, and the TV takes over. You can then go back to using your phone for texting or scrolling, and the video just keeps playing. It frees up your device.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground, from Ethernet to Thunderbolt. So to make sure all that great info is locked in, how about we do a quick little knowledge check? You ready?
Okay, first question. Take a look at these 4 options. Which one of these would not be a good choice for connecting a computer to a monitor? You've got HDMI, USB-C, SATA, and DisplayPort. Which one is the odd one out here?
And the answer is C, SATA. Remember? That's our storage specialist, the one for hard drives. The other 3, HDMI, DisplayPort, and that super versatile USB-C, are all perfectly happy sending a video signal to your display.
Okay, test number 2. Picture this. You just bought a brand new wireless headset for all your work calls. Which of these technologies is the best fit for connecting it to your laptop? Is it Bluetooth, USB-A, NFC, or Wi-Fi?
Yep, you got it. The answer is A, Bluetooth. It is the absolute standard for short-range wireless gear, like headsets, mice, keyboards, all that good stuff.
Okay, so if your brain is full and you can only take away 4 things from our time together, let it be these. RJ45 means wired internet. Bluetooth is for your wireless peripherals. HDMI is the standard for your TV and monitor, and Thunderbolt, using that USB-C shape, is the powerhouse that does it all.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As all these ports keep combining and as wireless tech gets better and better, what do you think will be the very last physical cable we just can't get rid of? My money's on the power cable. But hey, you never know what's next. Thanks so much for diving into this with me.